Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Boy, do I have a doozy for you today. I have not one, not two, but three new CNDD Designer Dips collections to preview for you that are going to be launching either today or tomorrow, depending on when this video goes up. So I have all the details. I have swatches of these three collections as well as the details on the other two collections that are going to be launching at the same time. And then of course we got to do a mani with one of these collections. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around. We're getting into it. Alright guys, let's get the disclaimers out of the way before we get started. If you did not hear, I did recently join the CNDD Designer Dips ambassador team. So I did receive these collections as part of my ambassadorship to preview for you guys. But as always, you know, you're always going to get my full and honest thoughts. And you know I'm probably going to love them because one of the reasons why I joined her team is I already know and love her dips and have loved them for a couple years now. So really excited to be a part of that. But again, just remember, whether I purchase something or receive something, you're always going to get my full and honest opinions. There is no set ambassador code like per ambassador, so you'll just use code FRIENDSGET10 if you want to get 10% off these new releases and anything at CNDD Designer Dips. So what I have here are two of the February collections and then the flavor of the month for February. There are two additional collections that will be launching at the same time, and because I don't know what day this video is going to go up, let's just call it Wednesday, February 1st at 6 p.m. Eastern. That is when these new collections will be launching. So make sure you get there if you are interested in these, because I have a feeling some of these are going to be really popular. So the collections I have to show for you today are the Macaron Party Volume 3 collection, as well as the Swan Lake collection. And then, like I said, I do have the Flavor of the Month collection, which this month is Macaron Party. Wait till you see it, it's amazing. But there are two other collections that'll be releasing at the same time. One of them is the Winter Mermaid Volume 2 collection, and then there's also the Limitless collection. I'll put some photos of the other two up on the screen so you can see them. And honestly, I could have gone for all of them because they're all beautiful, but these are the ones that spoke to me the most. I'm really excited to show you all these swatches. I'm going to warn you in advance, a couple of my swatches look a little janky. It's not the dip powders. I hate swatching. I think I've told you guys that before, and I had a lot of swatching to do, but it was worth it because they're amazing. I can't wait to show them to you. Before we get into the swatches, let me just show you really quickly. I did apply these new tips. I got rid of the medium almonds. There were going to be some videos on that. They never made it to the cutting floor. Oh guys, it's been a week. There's a lot going on there. I just have had a lot on my mind. So I will definitely need to catch up with you guys soon and dip with me and let you know what happened in those videos. But anyway, in the meantime, I did go back to the shorties because that was my goal for this year. And as much as I love the long ones, as soon as I got into that short nail mode, and then I switched back to mediums, I was kind of missing these. So I was really excited to get back to some shorter nails. So these are a newer launch from Painted Desert. These are the extra short Coffin. And I have to tell you guys, I am already super in love with these. I think you're going to see a lot of these during my short nail phase. These are truly beautifully shaped and fit so easily to my nail. I was really excited about these. So I'm going to show you the box real quick because I want to tell you what I love about these. There are not 10 or 11 or 12 sizes. There are 15 different sizes of these tips, which I think is absolutely amazing. And I hope we'll get to see more of this in the gel tip industry because this is so inclusive. So I ended up using the number 2 on the thumb, and I don't remember the last one, but it was a 2 away from the smallest size on my pinky. So there's definitely room on either side, whether you have smaller nail beds than me or larger nail beds. I can almost promise you're going to be able to use these. These are really well sized, and I should have held up the largest thumb size for you guys to see. But anyway, let me know if you need to see some more screenshots. I can always post them on the community tab. But long story short, I had the easiest time fitting these tips to my nails. I really love the shape of them. I just feel like they applied so easily. They're just really great quality. And I like the length on them. To me, they're a little more of a short than an extra short, but I think as you get really short, it's hard to keep that coffin shape. And these still have that nice coffin shape. So I really can't sing the praises of these enough. I do have an affiliate code with Painted Desert, and it is Carrie10. So if you do want to try these, you can get 10% off those tips. Now, keep in mind that is an affiliate, so I do earn a very small commission off that purchase to go back towards this channel, but no pressure to use it, but definitely nice to save a little bit of money there. All right, guys, so this is going to get a bit long because we have quite a few things to swatch. So I'm going to do them in order of collection. So I will do Macaron Party first, and then I will do Garden Party Volume 3, and then last but not least will be the Swan Lake collection. So definitely check those time codes if you want to skip ahead to any of those. All right, let's get into that swatchy goodness.
Try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. It's a final. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around. No, I won't be turning around. It's the right time. You feeling alright? I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. I think I'll do it on my way. I'm gonna show you what I'm going through. Get you out of your comfort zone, 'cause I need more of the truth right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. It's a final. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around. No, I won't be turning around. It's the right time. You feeling alright? I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. We'll turn this around. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. We'll turn this around. How did we end up here in the corner looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No, no. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe, 'cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here.
So honestly, this was a tough choice because all these collections looked incredible and I really wanted to use all of them first, but I ended up going for the Swan Lake collection because I felt like it was such a departure from a lot of the collections that we've seen from CNDD. So I'm loving the monochromatic tones in here. So I picked out Black Swan, Noir, and Blurred Lines. Just thought they would make a really nice kind of monochromatic mani. So I kind of laid the rest of them out here for you to see. So I'll eventually be doing a mani with the Macaron Party and then another one with the Garden Party Volume 3. So if you guys have either of those that you're really interested in, that let me know what you want to see, because I definitely will be making a mani with those other two collections as well. I'm not sure there'll be a video, probably not, but there might be a reel or definitely some photos on Instagram. So I really definitely want to use Macaron Party, that new glitter, and then I fell in love with Aster. Y'all, the sparkle, it's not picking up on camera. It's not even picking up, it's even better than what Corey's photos look like, which is really amazing because her photos are always immaculate. It's just even prettier in person. It's really amazing. Aster to me is like one of those must-haves. Anyway, let me know if you want to see any of these other ones so I can try to work them into my next manis. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into my Noir first. So that's going to be that black solid. And I have to tell you, especially with fresh new tips, I hate using blacks because I know it's going to stain my tips a little bit. And honestly, probably on the underside and on the sidewalls, there will be a little bit, but you know, them's the breaks. That's fine. If I need to, I can always remove them and reapply them. But having said that, I kind of never know what to expect when I use a new black solid, because if you know anything about dip powder, then you know that my nemesis in the dip powder world is white dip powder and black dip powder. I kind of hate black worse. I feel like it's much harder to work with than white, but equally, they're both equally ugly to work with. Having said that, this is a really, really good black. I almost said it's a solid black. Haha, pun intended. Yeah, it's a solid black, but really it's quality. It's such a good one. And I really feel like if you're looking for a good black dip powder that is easier to use and doesn't have a lot of staining, you're going to love this one because it's really all of those things. You'll be able to see it as I apply the second layer of the dip base. It has very minimal staining. I think it's really impossible to have a black that doesn't stain just a little bit. But this one, you'll see on the brush, there's very, very minimal pickup of black pigment onto that brush. So to have something that's really nicely black pigmented, but not difficult to work with and not staining everything all over the place, not really messy, I really do think this is a fantastic black. It's definitely going in my top 3 of all the blacks in my collection. Maybe the top, I don't know yet. Too soon to tell, we just met. But I will tell you that I really, really do love this black, and I think you'll really enjoy it if you're looking for a nice, solid black dip powder. On that note, regardless of what black dip powder you're using, I do have a video with tips and tricks on how to work with black dip powders, and I did use most of those tips and tricks here, so definitely go check out that video if you haven't seen it already. I will link it for you in the cards, but there's definitely more of an explanation as to what I do to really avoid the staining and avoid the ugly look of black dip powder if you're going to be working with that. So definitely go check that video out if you haven't already. And speaking of that, if you guys are new here and you are interested in seeing more dip powder content, more tips and tricks, more tutorials, more new unboxings and videos as well on gel polishes and some of my favorite techniques, then definitely hit that subscribe button and stick around. I do videos once or twice a week. It really just kind of depends. It's either going to be Tuesday or Friday, and on the videos, the days that I don't do a full length video, I'll try to usually get in a short. So got lots of content for you to stick around and check out. I think you can see already just after 2 layers of application how clean this looks and how smooth it looks. So that doesn't always happen with black dip powder, so I really feel like that speaks to the quality of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this one now, and you can see that I am being very, very careful with how I apply this activator. That's part of what's in that video, is talking about being very careful with activator, when usually we just kind of slap it on there and it doesn't really matter. In this case, I'm definitely not trying to anchor down any of that black dip powder residue that may be in my cuticles and sidewalls. So that's why I'm just very careful to brush this on in the areas that I want to keep and avoid the areas I don't. All right, so I'm just going to step back for a little bit. I'm going to let you watch me dip out the rest of these nails. I'll be back as we finish up that foil and talk you through that.
I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No, no. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe, 'cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe.
All right, so I'm just finishing up with that second layer of Black Swan, and you'll see I didn't really get a lot of flakes or foil pieces on that first layer, and that was intentional. I do have a couple of videos on how to work with foil dip powders. If you need to see those, I can definitely link one for you in the cards. But basically, I do try to avoid foils on the first layer because they're just not going to show through very much. They're just going to make it more lumpy, but there's some other tips and tricks in that video if you want to go check it out. Now, I did end up doing a little bit of hand placing these foils because I wanted a little bit more silver towards the bottom of the nail. And by the way, what you'll see me doing here is something I do on occasion. I'm very gentle with this because I haven't activated this yet, but sometimes if I just feel like I need to clean up the shape just a little bit before I go in with the activator, just to save myself some filing time, I will gently keyword run my file around the sidewalls and free edge just to kind of knock anything off that I don't really want there. So I did do that first and then just hand placed a few foils and then activated. Now you might be wondering why I didn't coat this in clear. Well, there's a couple things. First of all, I never use clear unless I really need it. And sometimes that has to do with the texture of the powder or glitters or things like that. Or if I think I have a lot of filing and buffing to do, I will coat in clear, but in this case, I didn't need it. Second of all, I know from experience that these particular silver foils will not bleed when activated. A lot of foils will, which will be in that foil video if you want to go check it out, but these I knew wouldn't. And plus I did already test it out on the Swatch stick, so I decided just to skip that altogether. It just really wasn't necessary. I felt like this was flat and the foils just kind of melted in, and I just didn't want to add extra bulk when it really wasn't necessary. But if you really wanted to, could you? Sure. But again, I'm definitely somebody who doesn't encapsulate in clear unless I need to. And please don't feel like you have to. You never have to encapsulate in clear. There are definitely times where it's a good idea. But in this case, I honestly did not encapsulate any of these. Even that super fine glitter laid so flat, I just didn't want to add any bulk where it wasn't needed. Now, I know this mani looks simple, but tell me these colors don't already look amazing together. I'm super pleased with the application. Everything was really easy to work with and turned out super smooth. So I'm just going to jump off camera and mostly do a little bit of cleanup with the hand file. I did not have to pull on my e-file this one and top coat it, and I'll be right back. You know, I really toyed with doing some nail art, but I really just wanted these colors to just stand on their own this time. I'm not really sure what got into me. You guys know I love my nail art and my rhinestones and all that stuff, but I really just wanted these colors to stand on their own, and I really feel like they do. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up now with some cuticle oil. I'm going to be using Scales of a Mermaid in Spicy Reeds, which I really just wanted something that I felt was kind of darker and sexier to go with this mani. And this scent, I feel like it's such a unique one for Scales, and I really love it. That's exactly how I would describe it, as kind of sultry and sexy. So it's kind of perfect for these vampy colors. As always, guys, you can use code CARRY10 at Scales of a Mermaid. That'll save you 10% on all of your purchases at Scales. So here's my monochromatic mani all finished. And you guys, tell me how black dip powder makes you feel, because every time I put it on, I feel like a bad rhymes with witch. I just really feel fierce with these colors, and I really enjoyed wearing this mani that week. And you know, you gotta love the black. It really just goes with everything, so that makes it easy to match your outfits too. But I really love this monochromatic collection from her. I think she did such a great job. I love the variety of textures in here, and of everything I've applied on the swatch stick, and then of course to my fingers, everything was super user friendly, and I know you guys are gonna love that solid black. So now it's your turn. I would love to hear from you guys if you are planning on picking any of these collections up, or which dip powders that you are the most interested in. And guys, don't forget you can use that code FRIENDSGET10. I'm telling you that because sometimes I forget it. Don't forget, use the code and get your 10% off. And I hope you guys enjoy these collections as much as I have already just in swatching them. So I'm really looking forward to using the other two collections as well. And don't forget to tell me if you have any special requests on what you'd like to see with those other two collections. Alright guys, so that is going to complete this video. So I hope you enjoyed this sneak preview of these new CN Designer Dips collections. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you have not subscribed already, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content at least one time a week, always dip or gel related. As always, guys, I thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. You know, I appreciate it so much. I love you guys to pieces. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.